this whole solution then also has to fit in or maybe integrate with a uh, video conference, or not video conferencing, rather I would say online meeting solution like GoToMeeting or Microsoft Teams kind of platform, basically. So it has to have an integration. Now, integration is the second part, because obviously I'm presuming that you do have open APIs, and we can build integrations with any of the third-party solutions.
Yeah.
But what are the have you done an assessment, or do you already have a case where you have done such implementation? Number one. Number two is, when we look at the scale, we are looking at 40 to 50,000 users to start with. This number could actually go to 100,000 users. So the scalability has to be to a level where
40
such
to
number of users.
50,000 in one
So
shot?
not in one shop. Concurrency might be low, but the overall user base might actually be 40 to 50,000 users, 200,000 users. Concurrency numbers even we don't have right now in terms of what would be concurrency, but uh, they expect a highly scalable solution, a solution which should actually be allowing to. So, for example, let's say if the customer wants to go and sell a product through a webinar, they would not want to have a limit, obviously, in terms of how many people can join, but it will be good to know what's the limitation from
Okay.
solution from EnableX perspective, if any.
So this meeting platform, what we are having right now, this meeting platform can hold up to 1,000 people on a
Okay.
webinar scenario.
Okay.
On a meeting scenario, up to 100 people.
Okay.
But as I said, RTMP streaming, if you stream it to anywhere, either through a CDN or anywhere, that is. Now this meeting right now, I am just for the demonstration purpose, I am streaming it live to YouTube now. There is a link which I have sent on my chat, on the chat. The left hand side,
Mhm.
if you just open the chat, there's a YouTube link at this moment.
Yeah.
If you just copy paste this link to a different browser window, right? So this event, what we are talking right now as a panel discussion, I can assume, right? I can simulate. This will be now is being live broadcasted to the YouTube channel. What I have, it will be delayed for 3 to 4 seconds,
Mhm.
but it's going. Can you see that?
It says unavailable right now, but maybe there is some other glitch. Video unavailable, it says. That's fine. That's fair, Himadri. I think what we're trying to
Tested.
understand here is,
I have
uh,
tested. It is coming on YouTube. Yeah.
yeah, one is that we are looking at a live
Yeah.
streaming. The second is obviously,
It is coming on
नहीं
YouTube.
आ रहा है
one is that we are looking at a live streaming. The second is obviously,
आपको एक को म्यूट करना पड़ेगा,
अरे।
सुमित.
one is that we are looking at a live.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Satya.
No, so okay. I mean, I understand this should be feasible. Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much the requirement. I mean, we are looking at the specifications of that. If any implementations you have done, that will be great to know.
So
How do you plan to scale beyond 1,000 users if required? If that's feasible, would be good to know, and then accordingly.
Okay, now in a webinar room, obviously if you take a RTMP stream out, you can scale up to million per people. That's not an issue. But in a webinar room, right, live. Suppose in this room we are 5 people or 6 people right now. That can go up to 1,000. Obviously, if you wish to scale it to more, we have tested with 3,000 people, but I'm not claiming it right now because the test results are still, I mean, it's still on the testing phase. But normally what we have seen, there's a company called Expo Sim. They are into this live events. So they have a platform, right, where there are webinars going on, large scale webinars. There are simultaneously the same platform. There are exhibitions. The same exhibition what we have in when we were in the physical world, exhibition, auditorium, में seminar चल रहा है and all these things. So they do it online. If you can check their website, exposim.com. Right. So they also use our platform for this video engine. Right. And they do it like this. If they have to stream to a larger audience, sometimes they have their events where the number of viewers are are in 5,000 or 10,000 people. So the panel which is discussing, there can be only 5 people, but then it is being seen by 10,000 people. So they put 5 people in the room, take out an RTMP stream, route it through a CDN, and play it on their own platform. You are muted, Satya. Satya, you are muted, I guess.
And I'm presuming that you already take care of the multiple bandwidth requirements towards the end devices or endpoints,
Yeah,
and multiple nature of devices that a
yeah.
user might be connecting from.
And glad that you raised this particular question. Now, let me share my screen and show you something else. There is an intelligence which has been built within our server, right? If you can see my screen, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
I am tracking the bandwidth which is available at each endpoint.
Hmm. Okay.
So what my server does, so I as a host have this feature. What my server does here is that it is tracking the bandwidth at each endpoint. And during the live event, there can be fluctuation of bandwidth at your end or at anybody's end, right?
Automated. Okay.
Right. Say suppose, for example, we have 5 people in this room, and you are actually uploading one video of yours and downloading 4 video of ours. Right. For example, for certain reason or other, there is a bandwidth fluctuation and your download bandwidth comes down. Right. The server here is that it will track the bandwidth which is available at your end. If it cannot send all the 4 videos, it will try to adjust the quality of each video and try to send you something. If it still feels the bandwidth is still down, it will try to stop one video, send the audio of that video, and send rest 3. So this auto switching between the quality management,
Yeah.
the auto switching, all these things is managed the server. But the call will not cut abruptly. Obviously, if the bandwidth is too low where the audio cannot go, the call will drop.
Right. Right.
So what we have tested the Paytm before they signing up with us, they tested with us for 6 months. They have their customers on rural areas. They tested with all the 4G network. Yes, if you have to tell me will video work in a 2G net environment, no, it will not. Right. So what we recommend is that the 300 kbps bandwidth is mandatory for each endpoint. However, in our testing, we have seen even 220 kbps is good enough for only audio to move around. If the video bandwidth drops up to 80 kbps, the audio functionality will still continue. Less than 80, it will drop the call.
Okay, that's great. And this Paytm, do you have some write up around this Paytm in terms of how they are trying to use it, or any similar customer? Maybe if you can share, that'll be useful.
Perfect. We will have that.
Okay. Also, one more question I had was: so, do you also have a data repository for this video content? So, something like a DAM. Are you maintaining your own digital asset repository?
So far, no. We do not store any of our customer data. Right.
No, and let's say if it is a white labeled on-prem solution, does it provide a component which can do that, or you will have to?
Yes. So what we do, we record the video in our media service. If this media server is at your premises, if the recording happens at your server. But if it happens at our server, what we have this facility of pushing this recording, or you can pull this recording through APIs. So if you have a S3 bucket configured, we can push this recording to that particular bucket of yours.
So the given requirement that we are looking at is an on-prem deployment in a private network. So we would need to either provide or we would need to figure out a digital asset repository, either available with their current product, to which we want to add this as an extension, or maybe we might have to provide as an additional capability. So it'll be good to have a DAM basically.
Perfect. That can be done. So we can, if you give us any repository, we can push that recording to that repository.
Okay, but otherwise the solution typically works fairly well with the public cloud environment like AWS S3 bucket you mentioned, and how about Azure and others?
So we were basically hosted on Azure. Now we have some of our media servers we have shifted to Oracle Cloud. So, a lot of our customers are working on AWS. So connectivity from AWS to our cloud is seamless. We are pushing recording to AWS S3 bucket as of now, as we speak. In fact, Paytm is hosted on AWS, and they have this S3 bucket where the recordings are being pushed.
Okay. And I understand this for video streaming, the kind of requirement that we are exploring. This is still a work in progress, or you already have some customers?
For the RTMP?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Exposym is using RTMP. There are a lot many customers who are using RTMP and streaming it.
Great. Well, that's very exciting to see. I mean, I would let Amit or Akash pitch in and see if they have questions. I think I'm pretty happy to see a solution. It pretty much fits into the requirement. We can possibly, I'm not sure, Akash, do we need to have an NDA or some understanding in place before we can possibly talk at next level? But yeah, I mean, Himadri and Sumit, I mean, thank you so much for organizing this. This really looks very promising to me. Not only for this opportunity, but your overall CPaaS, the other part of the offering where you have this whole omni-channel conversation going on. We definitely can try to look at engaging into some of our BPS engagements
Yeah, we'll be more than happy.
where we want to automate some of the BPS processes, and that's one more area that we cater to beyond CME.
But Sumit, I'm not sure, but probably we need to check. I guess NDA at Tech Mahindra level is already available with us. I think we have
हो
signed.
सकता है हो वो
So
check
we'll
करेंगे
have
नहीं
to
है
check
तो
that.
नहीं।
Okay.
So Himadri, if you have that, please share with me.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
And apart from this, if you can help
Oh,
with
Jay.
some case study and
NDA हुआ हुआ है हमारा।
which you have shared, right?
Will you
If you
forward
can
to that?
share in editable format, it will be
So Akash, NDA
Yes.
is already, we have already done an NDA with you. I will forward to you right away.
sure. Okay.
That is generic in nature, ना? That is generic in nature.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
और आज किसके साथ कॉल थी जेके?
Sumit,
So
finish
today,
this.
so today also, Akash, we had a call with Avinash. I think what's his full name, JK? Avinash is part of the BPS team from Bombay. Avinash Vishisht.
Okay.
JK, what was the full name? Avinash Panchal.
Okay. Maybe some other team. So I'm
BPS.
not-
Yeah, it's part of BPS maybe.
Yeah, so no problem. NDA is already in place. I will forward you the NDA.
sure. Sure.
And if something more need to be done, let me know. We will do.
Sure. So, Himadri, as I was mentioning that the current case study which RTCP and which Satya was talking, right? If you can share a couple of case study on that, plus the relevant solutions in PPT format, it will be helpful. So we can integrate in our profile as well.
Done. Then Akash, we have this case study already made. I'm sure there are PDFs available. I'll just check if the PPTs are available. If not, we will get it done.
Yeah. Separately, you can share some slides on that PPT, not full deck, some slides also, plus the solution, relevant solution, that will be helpful.
Perfect.
So,
And Madhav, just one quick question: any larger telcos that you are engaging with right now? I mean, Airtel, Vodafone,
In
Jio,
fact, both.
or you are already engaging with them?
Airtel, Vodafone. Then there is a existing opportunity happening in Malaysia with Maxis.
So I think locally and globally, we are in touch with.
Okay. Because Airtel, what we understand that Airtel already has a competing solution they have developed called Airtel IQ. So
Okay,
I was wondering,
okay. See, actually, there also we have provided certain things as white label.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was quite keen to know that because we are actually trying to run through some go-to market programs with some of these larger telcos,
Right.
also. And we are building a set of digital solutions that we can take to them. It will be
So
great.
Satya, just for the understanding of you and Amit and Akash, see, our go-to-market model is four-pronged. So we have a business unit which sells into SMBs, which is pure through telecalling and ISAM, ICAM kind of thing. So we are creating a team for selling directly into enterprises, large enterprises. Our third route is we partner with telcos.
Mhm.
Telcos can take my full suite or modules, wherever like Airtel you mentioned, and offer it to their customers. So we are engaged with them locally as well as globally. Airtel, I think you are already
Yeah.
aware of. And we are also in touch with some global players. And our fourth route, which I personally feel is the best route and which will create maximum impact and revenue, is through system integrators. Because system integrators like you, so we are in touch with system integrators, and because you will have customers, and there will be a lot of pain points which you will be addressing, and this platform becomes quite handy, and especially in the post-pandemic, where everybody is looking at omni-channel marketing and many other things. I think, and video, as per our understanding, is the next phase of interaction or next step in the digitization environment with the customer interface.
Just 1 minute, Sumit. So, Sumit, I think looks really good to me. I'm already, as I said, I mean, beyond this 1 or 2 engagements, I'm also looking at building a product portfolio that we are taking to our end customers.
Yeah, so we will be more than happy if you need any help. We can come to your premises, any POC. We are quite, because we are a business hungry company. We are a Singapore based startup, and we want to create as much opportunities as possible along with you guys. So we are fully flexible. Whatever support you need from our side, we will be more than happy.
So
Akash has already forwarded you the NDA, which is
yeah.
signed.
What I suggest is what Akash has requested for some inputs, maybe in terms of the case studies. That would be good to start with.
So Himadri, you do one thing before end of day, just minute whatever we have discussed, and just share it with Akash. And Akash, let us know if we miss something, and Himadri will try to send you all the documents and the relevant data as soon as possible.
So, Amit, do
Himadri,
you
anything from your side or anything I would have oversaid?
that's fine. So perfectly. We are in sync. So, Amit, do you have any queries? Any question?
Amit is muted, I guess. We can't hear you, Amit.
Amit, you are